Good afternoon, fifth sem students. This is Ramasis Tripathi. Welcome all of you to experimental pharmacognosy and phytochemistry 2. Now we are going to start our second experiment, that is the detailed study and analysis of senna leaf. Senna, which is most commonly known among we people, is as Sonamukhi. In Hindi it is known as Sanai ki Patti. It is also known as Indian senna. You may have seen the leaf. These are not leaves exactly, these are the leaflets, dried leaflets. So in biological source you can write it consists the dried leaflets of Cassia angustifolia belonging to family Leguminosae. And it contains not less than 2% of glycoside calculated as stenocyte B. Regarding its morphology, generally the color, as you can see, the color is yellowish green, odor is light, taste mucilaginous and slightly bitter. But in extra picture, we can see the acute apex, okay, with a spine. You can find a spine on the apex, this one. The apex is acute. The margin is entire, vein reticulate, lamina is entire with cracks, flat, and generally you can see the base is asymmetrical. You can find the base is asymmetrical. That means the contact with the petiole of the base is different. You can see the base is asymmetrical. Now let's come to the microscopic part. Yes, in its morphology, some extra features are there. Generally, the surface is isobilateral and thin, pubescent. That means due to presence of trichomes, the outermost surface is pubescent, hairy, and the leaf is having characteristic order. Now let's come to the microscopic part. Here you can see this one is the structural diagram of the leaf having lamina, midrib in the ventral surface, the schematic diagram. In the laminar region, it can be differentiated into the upper epidermal part of the mesocarp, upper epidermis, mesocarp, and the lower epidermis. And the midrib region contains the vascular bundle, which is covered with crystal sheath and scalene camatous sheath. And at the bottom, you can find the presence of pollenchymas. So let us discuss about the histological characters of senna leaf Cassia angustifolia. First, let we take the lamina part. In the lamina part, you may find the first layer is the upper epidermis layer. This one, upper epidermis. Single layered, polygonal, straight, with anticlinical walls and few cells contains mucilage, and the epidermis is covered with smooth cuticles. In the epidermal layers, we may found the presence of unicellular uniseriate covering trichomes. Generally conical, unicellular, thick-walled covering trichomes, and it is difficult to find it in the TS diagram, but in the case of surface preparation, we can find the presence of parasitic type or rubiaceous stomata on the epidermal surface. Next layer is the mesophyll layer. Mesophyll layer can be differentiated into three layers, sub-layers like upper polycete, the spongy parenchymatous layer, and the lower polycete layer. This one, and this one. This one is the upper polycete, the spongy parenchymatous layer, and the lower polycete layer. In the upper polycete layer, you may find single-layered, elongated, compactly arranged, narrow, thin-walled parenchymatous cells, and it is generally continued over the midrib region. It is continued over the midrib region. Next, just below the upper epidermal layer, next layer is the spongy parenchymatous layers, which contains thin-walled, loosely arranged parenchymatous cells with large intracellular spaces, and you can find the presence of sporaphites within the parenchymatous cells. The lower epidermal cell, the lower epidermis, is coming just after the lower polycete layer, but the lower polycete layer is present only in the lamina region with loosely arranged wavy walls cells, but it is identical or it is likely similar to the upper epidermis one, upper polycete layer one. Lastly, the lower epidermis or lower epidermal cells, it is similar to the upper epidermis with presence of more number of unicellular covering trichomes and rubiaceous stomata. Now let's come to the midrib region. The midrib region is composed of polycete parenchyma. Generally, it is present in a single layer, which is the continuation of upper polycete layer. Just below the upper polycete layer, you can find a covering or a surrounding around the vascular bundle of scalenchymatous cell. It is known as scalenchymatous set. Scalenchymatous set is nothing but lignified, thick-walled cells covering the vascular bundle. And just above the vascular bundle, just above the scalenchymatous set, you can find the crystal set, a layer of parenchymatous cells, and each cell containing a single prism of calcium oxalate. Now let's come to the vascular bundle. Vascular bundle is composed of xylem, which are nothing but the lignified tubes, and it is present at the ventral surface, whereas the phloems are the fibrous cells, non-lignified and present at the dorsal surface. At the bottom of the midrib region, you can find several layers of thick-walled cellulosic cells, generally glossy in look, are nothing but the layers of cholenchymas, which contains wood cellulose. Here at the lower end you can find the presence of cholenchymas. Now let we come to the powder microscopic part. In the powder microscopy we can find different cell contents, but before that we have to prepare, as because we are dealing with cinna leaflets, so we can peel it easily and we can make the slide of surface preparation. In the surface preparation we can find the presence of parasitic or rubiaceous stomata, or we can say it parallel cell stomata, whereas the long axis of the stoma connects with the subsidiary cells, the guard cells. Apart from the epidermal cells, apart from the stomatas, we can find the epidermal cells, which are nothing but the polygonal, thin-walled and straight-walled parenchymatous cells. We can also find the presence of covering unicellular conical trichomes on the outermost surface in the surface preparation. Now let we come to the microscopic part, the powder microscopic part. For that we have to treat with certain staining reagent and we have to prepare different slides with fluoroglycinol and hydrochloric acid 1:1 proportion, ruthenium red for the detection of mucilaginous cells on the epidermis. Sudan red 3 is another reagent, staining reagent for the detection of cuticles. Acetic acid or hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid 60% for the detection of calcium oxalate crystals. So the observation, we can find the observation of the epidermal cells. Here you can see the epidermal cells, polygonal straight-walled epidermal cells with parasitic or rubiaceous stomata. Covering trichomes, unicellular, thick-walled, acute apex, narrow lumen, conical shaped trichomes having length 70 to 260 micron and width is about 12 to 18 or 25 micron. The mesophyll region may contain the presence of polysaccharide cells with spongy parenchymas and frequently contains calcium oxalate crystals. The xylems are the annular vessels, generally thickening and lignified like this. Apart from these, we can find the calcium oxalate crystals isolated or present in the parenchymatous cells, very abundant and ocular and edge prism, and also you can find the presence of cluster shaped crystals in various parenchymatous cells in the midrib as well as the lamina region. Regarding its chemical constituents, for the identification of chemical constituents in cinna leaves, the most common test is known as bone trigger test. It is specially meant for the detection of anthraquinone glycoside present in different rocks. The procedure is very simple. Just boil the leaves or the cinna pods with dilute sulfuric acid for hydrolysis, which will break the long carbon tail, and with that the proper isolation of the active constituent may take place. Just boil the leaves or pods with dilute sulfuric acid for hydrolysis. Filter the solution and to the filtrate add immiscible organic solvents like benzene or carbon tetrachloride or chloroform to it. Shake it with a test tube and separate the organic solvent layer in another test tube. In large quantity, in bulk quantity, you can use the separating funnel for the separation purpose. Now, evaporate the organic solvent layer. After getting the residue, just add strong ammonia solution to it, shake slightly and keep aside for few minutes. If cyanocytes are present, the lower ammonical layer will show pink or red color. But remember, because we are taking the crude drug and we are isolating the active constituent from that, the observation level will be very critical. So be careful during the observation. If the approach are also there, it can be taken positive. Regarding its constituents, generally it contains the anthraquinone glycosides like cyanocyte A, B, C and D. As you know, the use is irritant forgetting. Okay, so generally Senalip is one of the most common crude drugs, Sonamukhi, and it is one of the important part in herbal formulations. So get prepared for this experiment. Thank you. Stay safe, stay at home. Bande Mataram.